I know there's different versions of the Bible, so my question is, which is the right version to follow and why?
The versions of the Bible that many refer to are actually various translations from so many different manuscripts that were transcribed from the original writings of the ancient prophets and the apostles who quoted from our Lord Jesus Christ, and they've been compiled in what's now called the Bible, which comes from the Greek word biblos, meaning one book, biblia, many books, which makes then the Bible actually a library of 66 different books written over a time span of hundreds and hundreds of years by more or less 40 different writers. And by the way, it's been translated into no less than 1,854 different languages and dialects all around the world. Which leads some then, like Mr. Jimenez, to wonder, well, what do we use? How do we know that then what we're picking up is really the truth? Well, there's a law of God, dear friends, that one must apply. And let's go directly to the Holy Scriptures for an answer. Some guidance. That law of God is recorded here in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, wherein the following is recorded. Verse 13. These things we also speak, not in words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. The law of God, dear friends, is that, well, in order to find the truth, one must make a comparison, comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. Now, maybe to understand that law very well, let's apply an example. In the Holy Scriptures, we have various translations. In Acts chapter 20, verse 28, there's Bibles that say the name of the church is Church of the Lord. There's those that say Church of God. There's those that say Church of Christ. Applying the biblical instruction to compare, let's do precisely that. And we turn in the Lamsa rendition of the Holy Bible, first of all, in Acts 20. 28 is the verse we now cite. Take heed, therefore, to yourselves and to all the flock over which the Holy Spirit has appointed you overseers, to feed the church of Christ, which he has purchased with his blood. It makes known the name of the church here, Church of Christ. If I were to read other translations of the Bible, Church of the Lord, like I said, or Church of God, how then can we know which one is an accurate translation from the original Hebrew, the original Greek, which the Old and New Testament was primarily written in? How could we know? Well, our Lord Jesus Christ gave an important pronouncement which gives important insight to help us understand. In Luke 24:39, the quote from our Lord Jesus Christ goes like this. Behold my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Handle me and see, for a spirit does not have flesh and bones, as you see I have. Jesus made known that he's got flesh and bones. What we read from Acts 20:28 concerning the name of the church was Church of Christ, which he purchased with his blood. It is therefore accurate to accept that the rendition of the name of the church, Church of Christ, is correct because Christ is the one that had blood. Christ is the one that had flesh and bones. John 4:24 teaches God is a spirit without flesh and bones. It cannot therefore be Church of God because that would create a contradiction. And contradiction cannot be a presentation of truth. And that biblical instruction then, 1 Corinthians 2:13, to compare spiritual things with spiritual things is what we always do here in the Church of Christ, to be sure. Every translation of the Holy Scriptures we will read from in answering any question will be accurate and true and inspired by God, because that's in the Bible.